Hey everyone, this is Scott JUA from the RPF, FX, and IRA forums. This is another Greedo Killer blaster I just finished up. It's a Denix Base with a sent-in Weaver scope, sent-in Corellian Exports Greedo Killer grill, a sent-in M9 flash hider, and then I did the rest as far as making all of the scope mount pieces and just putting it all together, weathering and things like that, accurizing the Denix a bit. So first thing you'll notice is the trigger. Let me see if I can show that up close, the profile of that trigger. That is a Denix trigger, but it is no longer fat and bulky like the Denix triggers. In fact, it's pretty close to a real Mauser trigger and feels wonderful. It's just a really nice feeling thing compared to the big, fat, bulky Denix trigger that comes factory. A couple things I did as far as accurizing is one thing I noticed that the hammer was doing was what I did, I normally just shave this down flush, but I wanted it to look more like the firing pin of a real Mauser. So I slotted it, filed it down and slotted it, but I think I'm going to take it down just about 1/2 millimeter more before I send it out, just to kind of get it a little bit closer to accurate, and also I wanted it to still be able to see it and have it a slot just like a real Mauser's firing pin does. I milled out the details, the Denix logos and things like that here. You'll notice that I milled it a little bit deeper here and a little here, and I have a couple spots where I let the mill just sit and kind of make a circle, because on my real Mausers the milling is just pretty, especially my Red 9, it's pretty horrible. It's like they just kind of, they went real slow and changed, I don't know, they bumped the depth here and there. So I wanted to replicate that and give it a little bit of character rather than just leave it perfectly flat, because there's not much else on this side to really look at. Weathered the grill here a little bit. So I made all of these pieces from raw stock. So all of the mount pieces are custom machined from raw stock. The extractor detail I milled out. So I flipped this. The Denix comes with this on the wrong side. The slide release catch is usually on this side, so I flipped that and I milled down the Denix butt. You have to leave some metal here for the pin to hold on to, but it's much better flat. It's not as objectionable. I milled down the bolt and did an extractor detail. From here you might notice there's a tiny little circle on the very front. Let's see if you can kind of see that right there. What that was this is the first time I've seen it, was there was a little air pocket in the cast of the Denix or something, where there was just some holes. There was a hole there, and it was too small to fill, and it really bothered me because the rest of it was so smooth. So what I did was I just milled it down a couple thousandths and filled it in with JB Weld and some fillings from the bolt milling, and now, unless you're looking for it, you just can't tell. So it's nice and flush and looks good. So there it is. So here's the Greedo Killer. It's milled all the way to the back here. That doesn't matter too much, but here it is. Oh, the scope. It's really nice to have a real scope on your replica blasters. And this one is a Weaver, but it is a bit long. But I wanted to show you that the similarity in size is actually very close. Whoops, you can't even see that. Let me move my hands around here and see if I can show you it better. So here's the real Greedo Killer scope. The size is really close. It's within about a 1/2 inch of each other. The camera is actually exaggerating the difference with the angle. It's really close. I'd say end to end about a 1/2 inch difference at the most. So really good, and it has all the hallmarks of the Greedo Killer. So it looks good. Oops, I guess I had that in frame the whole time. Sorry about this, guys, but you can still see the blaster. So anyway, I'm not going to reshoot the video. Don't have lots of time. Tons of things to work on. Okay, so hopefully the new owner enjoys it, and that's about it.